This is the one you've known as Jesus the Christ. I will say a little about healing today, since healing is ongoing whether you're aware of it or not, and so very important in your spiritual growth. Healing is built into life. You are constantly healing. You are constantly evolving. You are also constantly, at least potentially, being wounded or having your negative conditioning reinforced. Nevertheless, healing is a constant companion on the spiritual path and in everyone's life. What's special about the spiritual path is that healing can often be accelerated as more awareness is brought to what needs to be healed and to the healing process naturally occurring within you. Life is kind. Life is compassionate. Goodness is behind life, and this goodness wishes the best for you. So it brings you everything you need, including healing, in the midst of the inarguably difficult circumstances of this human life. In saying that goodness is behind life, I am by no means denying that life is hard. I am only underlining the fact that life is also abundantly supportive, wise, and knows exactly what you need to heal and evolve from the difficult position you find yourselves in as human beings. Life is designed to be challenging, but these challenges are designed to evolve you. This means that you're always given the resources you need, both inner and outer, to overcome the difficulties you face. But, and here's the caveat, you must choose to utilize the resources you're given, or your evolution will be slower than it needs to be. Today I want to talk with you about your most valuable resource, awareness. This may not sound like much, or it may sound too ordinary and simple to be important, but I assure you that it is the key to your evolution. Spiritual progress is, in fact, determined and defined by the amount of awareness you have. Although you all have an equal amount, not everyone uses awareness equally. As you progress on the spiritual path, your capacity to be aware increases, and therefore your capacity to heal your conditioning. This in turn further accelerates your evolution. You could say that being entrenched in the egoic state of consciousness is a lack of awareness. You're aware of only a small slice of life, primarily the mental, emotional, and sensory realms. You think, you feel, and you sense. You may ask, what else is there? But what is most important, most real about life, is beyond thinking, feeling, and sensing. What is most real is awareness itself and what it experiences on extrasensory levels. All the false self is aware of, all that is real to it, are thoughts, feelings, and sensations. That is its world. But life, reality, also includes what's beyond these, what's experiencing these, and what's moving in life. What animates, experiences, and moves in life is, for lack of a better term, the life force expressing as you as a human being. This life force is what is experiencing life and aware of life. This life force is often simply called awareness, as if it were an entity or a thing, but it's more like a verb, an experiencing of life. It is boundaryless, all-encompassing, ever-present, awareing experiencing that is working through you and every other living thing. This awareness that you are is the same awareness in everything, experiencing everything from different vantage points, but not separated by any boundaries defined by flesh or anything else. Awakening and enlightenment are about realizing that you are what is aware of and experiencing your life. To the degree that you realize this, you are free from suffering. What causes you to suffer are the lies the voice in your head puts forth, which you automatically believe. The voice in your head tells you lies or half-truths, which are quite useless, but seem true. As long as you are involved in the egoic mind's half-truths, you will suffer. There's no getting around this, really. You can't have your thoughts about yourself and freedom from suffering. Thoughts about yourself, including your beliefs, opinions, and the feelings that come from them, are the source of your suffering. To progress on the spiritual path, what needs to be surrendered are these thoughts, beliefs, opinions, egoic desires, fears, doubts, and fantasies, which belong to the ego. If you're not willing to surrender them yet, that's fine, but it's time to tell you the truth so that those of you who are ready to progress know what the price of freedom is. It is nothing less than giving up your thoughts about yourself, all of the beliefs and ideas that create the false self. How do you do this, you may ask? It's not enough to say, "Okay, I'm ready to surrender my thoughts. Take them from me." You have to choose this. You have to surrender them. You do this by turning away from them and choosing, instead, to be aware of your thoughts. You make this simple shift from being involved with your thoughts to simply noticing them and then not touching them. Instead of being lost in your thoughts, you give your attention, your awareness, to whatever you're experiencing in the here and now. Thoughts are inherently not here and now. They're about the past, about the future, and about the present. Thoughts put you at a distance from your immediate here and now experience. They buffer you from reality and color and distort your experience of reality. Bringing awareness to your thoughts and feelings puts you at a distance from them and brings you back in touch with reality, because awareness is reality. When you join with awareness, you join with reality. What is real in any moment is what doesn't come and go, as the great sage Ramana Maharshi so wisely said. The only thing that doesn't come and go is awareness. When you align with that, you'll be free from suffering. Awareness is also what heals all the mistaken beliefs, half-truths, and negative feelings inherent in the human condition. When you bring awareness to these, they lose their power to fool you, to pull you into their false reality. Awareness is really the only thing that heals, because it's the only thing beyond the false reality. How can something within the false reality heal it? Only something beyond it can. Whenever anything is healed, awareness is involved. When I say awareness, I'm not referring to insight or understanding, although those can arise within the space of awareness whenever the light of awareness shines on something. The awareness I'm speaking about contains insight, wisdom, and understanding, but it also contains love, acceptance, and compassion, which above all are the ingredients of healing. Awareness heals because awareness is love. Love heals, and the reason it heals is that it is of God, of your true nature. You are not meant to suffer, and when you align with your divine nature, you do not suffer. Love and suffering cannot coexist. You suffer because you blame, judge, feel guilty, doubt, fear, desire, and experience all manner of human emotions. In the state of love, none of these exists. You can have your negative feelings, your longings for the past, your fantasies of the future, your grudges and resentments, or you can have love and acceptance, but you can't have both. These represent two distinct states of consciousness. As soon as you shift into love, all negativity and suffering are instantly healed for as long as you remain aligned with love. Healing is a shift from one state to another, from the egoic state to your true nature. So how do you move from one state to the other, from discontentment, fear, hatred, and rejection of life, to love and acceptance? You simply shift your attention from thoughts and feelings to the here and now. Shifting your attention to your actual experience of the here and now, which is primarily a sensory experience, will bring you out of your egoic mind and potentially into presence or awareness, if you stay in your body and senses long enough. That last part is the key. People find staying in the present moment challenging because the voice in their head beckons them back into the world of thoughts and feelings, the world of the false self. And yet, a shift of attention is all that's needed. It's just that the shift of attention needs to become stabilized in the here and now. Although keeping your attention on the here and now doesn't come naturally, since your brain's default is to be lost in your thoughts, you can learn to do this, and this is learned in meditation. Once you can maintain your attention in the here and now and have developed some capacity to observe or notice your thoughts, then the conditioning that drives those thoughts can be healed. First, by being able to see that those thoughts are not true or only partly true, and then by simply accepting that those thoughts arise and fall as part of the human condition. You don't and can't get rid of the voice in your head, but that voice will lose its power to grab you the more you simply notice your thoughts without buying into them. Eventually, those thoughts won't arise as frequently or as strongly. This is all there is to healing conditioning, but the trick is to learn to stay in presence long enough to be able to bring that presence or awareness to your thoughts and feelings. When you are present to thoughts and feelings, they relax, just as you relax when someone accepts you and lets you be as you are. This is the definition of love, isn't it? Love is letting someone be as he or she is, without judging, rejecting, or arguing. You can do the same with your thoughts and feelings. Love heals, and it heals this simply. When what is arising in the present moment is a thought or a feeling, then love that. Love it from the place of awareness, of being aware of it and allowing it to be there until it relaxes and moves on. This way of being is not really that hard. Anyone can do it. Everyone has this capacity to be with and accept a thought or feeling enough to see it for what it is, let it be, and let it go. Thank you for being open to this message. Thank you for being here. I am with you always.